If only we didn't have a historical reference for, an international sport and an Olympic during a leader phase of history. But we do. Esther Williams was a popular Hollywood actress, but what she really was a swimmer. And she had to miss an Olympics because of the war. I mean, yes, she became a Hollywood starlet. Yeah, they basically tried to kill her while filming her in pools quite often, but life worked out for her, but her life's biggest regret was missing the Olympics. I understand it will cost athletes emotionally, financially, to not come to the US for the 2026 World Cup or the 2028 Olympics, but it should be more important to take a stance against what the US is becoming than to get a medal. We're already great. And I wish we could find another way for you to prove it, but your participation enables the new Schmittler. It is my sincere wish, given how corrupt the Olympic and the World Cup committees are, that we just stop. There are ways that we can host these events globally, where we don't have to constantly just displace people and build new stadiums and screw up entire cities and financially break a country. We can have the ski track in Switzerland, and we can have the indoor luge, in Iceland. We can find a way to do a little bit in each country and fly the athletes there. No, they won't get the buddy buddy of being together, but you also won't financially break a country by hosting the Olympics. Los Angeles should already be like, hey, given our current climate, it would be way better if we backed out of hosting the Olympics and instead devoted those funds to helping our citizens who are clearly starting to suffer and will suffer more in the coming years. The rest of the world can step up, like, hey, we'll host the javelin throw and they can host the track meet. The athletes fly out to the country where their sport is being held and we televise it. We have the technology. It would also distribute almost evenly a lot of the money spent. For the World Cup, just fly the soccer players to different stadiums. No, it's not the same not having a 40,000 person crowd, but to avoid going to the United States, worth it. To distribute wealth a little bit evenly to all countries, amazing. To not risk people coming to America in 2026, because that will be a year of ICE officials getting really comfortable and detaining people who don't have the right look. Like, Russia backed off its anti-gay stance for the Olympics the last time they hosted it. Basically, unofficially, they promised, like, we'll let the fruitcake in. Gay athletes were expressly told, like, come in, compete. Come in at most like a day or two before, and if your event is at 3, be on a 4 o'clock flight home. For your safety. Is that really the Olympic spirit? If the host country is just known to hate you so much that you're probably going to end up in a Siberian jail if you hang out a minute past the Olympics, I would sincerely hope that the sponsors of the World Cup and the Olympics, the Pepsis, the Coca-Colas, make a stance. They won't. They should. And especially for people of not my skin tone, especially from the 43 or more countries that the US is currently looking to completely block. I know you love your team. I know you have country pride. Have it in front of a big screen television. Do not come here. There is no sporting event in the world worth it. The athletes will more than likely get in and out without too much of a hassle. If there's a major news distraction of the World Cup, they probably won't run the stories about your detainment nearly as much. You ever see an animal that, despite the fact that there's food inside of a trap and that animal is so hungry, that animal refuses to walk into the trap because it knows. It might not understand what a cage is, but it knows, like, danger. There is no amount of money on earth that would convince me to come into the United States if I was already not here. I mean, I live in New Jersey. It's great. You'll love it, but maybe in 4 to 8 years, come to New Jersey. Don't do it for the World Cup. Don't go to LA for the Olympics. I mean, historically, countries refused to show up for the Olympics when Schmittler was in charge. Take the example.